Hey guys, Dan Calder here with dancalder.biz. If you want to get my main site and you want to get a bunch of these tips and strategies, just go to dancalder.biz. Okay, that's going to take you right here. This is yet another Ninja Underdog production, guys. I'm going to give you another tip. This is a good one too, actually. This is tips and strategies on getting leads and just making sales. Okay, now I just want to show you some quick proof. My name is Dan Calder. If you're just now hearing me for the first time, we just finished up our last contest here about, I don't know, 30, 45 days ago. I'm not even sure now. And as you can see, I actually put in, I placed 185th. Now that may not seem too fantastical, but it's actually out of 40,000. Actually, I think when I wrote this graphic, we were actually at 50,000. We were growing so fast at that point, and still are. But we'll just say that it was 40,000. Okay, even that is the top 1/2 of 1%. Okay, and these aren't just normal marketers. Okay, these are empowered network marketers. These are people that know they get trained. I know the training they have access to, and the training you hopefully already do if you're watching this as a member have access to. And these are kick-ass marketers, okay? And this, I just couldn't have been more honored that I finished there. But I'm putting this graphic up just to show you, that I do know what I'm talking about and these strategies work, because honestly, back then, I was just primarily even doing just this strategy. So other than some solo ads and a few other things, I reached that with just this. Let's get to the bulk of the presentation here. I don't know why I'm on page 3 already. But this is how to make clickable Craigslist ads, okay? I'm excited about this one because I had a lot of requests for this one. I should have made this quicker after the Craigslist 101 video. Basically, ever since I made that video, I've had requests to make this, and I just haven't got to it. So here it is. Okay, you have a lot of options. I said a few here. You've got quite a few. Sky's the limit, really, and I'm going to take you through them here. Essentially, if I could boil this whole thing down and give you the most important part first, write this down. Pause the video. I'll be on this page for a couple seconds here so you can write it down. But this is the whole honeypot of the code that you need from this video. Other than having your image hosted somewhere, and I'll show you multiple places to do that, it's all going to come back to making sure this code is in here. Okay, and obviously you want to replace whatever it is you're sending it to whether it's yourwebsite.com, whatever you come up with, that's where you send it. Okay, and then you simply, all you need to have besides that is just have the image hosted somewhere, which I will show you some places, and you attach the code directly in front of the hosted code. Okay, I mean butted up right next to it. So this little arrow will come out here, and then you'll have another one pointing back, one like this. I don't know what that's called, that pointy parentheses thing. You'll have another one come up, and the code, wherever it's hosted, will be butted up right against here. Okay, so as long as you have where you want to go, plus the code, I'm going to take you through this if I'm being confusing. But this is what you want to have. Write this down. Save this. Pause the video right here. This is the code you want to have. Okay, and then I'll take you to the rest. But as long as you have those, and you butt the two codes up next to each other, you simply copy and paste that whole code as one, put it into Craigslist, and it's that simple. Okay, it literally takes about 1/10 of the time that it just took me to explain that to you, and I'm going to show you here as the video goes on. So, other than that code, which I hope you've already written down, you just need a place to host the image. Now, there's a number of places you can do that. One of my favorite is your blog, a blog that you either already have before you joined Empower. The only thing I will say right now is don't use your Empower blog. And the reason you can't use your Empower blog is because there's been so much marketing on Craigslist already that they already look for Empower network links, and they'll ghost your ad, and it won't go anywhere, and it won't be any worth it. Now, you can still make a ton of money on Craigslist. I literally signed somebody up about an hour ago as I'm setting this video up, setting this presentation. I haven't even got a hold of it yet, and that was through a Craigslist ad. So it's you still make money out of it. You just got to do these extra steps. And the only extra step, really, guys, is buying a web address for $8 or $10 at GoDaddy that links to your Empower Network blog, or that links to your Empower Network lead capture page, or whatever lead capture page you're doing. Just spend the extra $8. My point is, don't send it to empowernetwork.com/your username. Okay, or if you're marketing something else, don't use all that. First of all, you want to have a couple of things. Say you meet somebody on the street or whatever it is, you want to have something that's a little more professional than that. Okay, just find something that you like, or spend. At the time of this video that I'm talking to you right now, .info addresses had come up, because usually I tell you .info is only like $3, which it had been for years. But last I checked, it was actually just as expensive as a .com. So you might as well get a .com. Plus, they actually give you a free .info right now. I don't want to date this video because you never know what sales. GoDaddy's always doing sales. But just spend the extra $8 on it. There's some things you just don't want to scrimp on, and for $8, do it. Okay. Now, your blog, before I get too far, if I rambled a little bit there, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about with your blog. This is the super simple, most easiest, best strategy as far as simplicity's sake goes, okay? Now, I'm going to come to my This is my dancalder.com blog. You can see that when I started this video, I told you to go to dancalder.biz. That's because it's a more lucrative blog for me, and it will be for you too. But I also have this. I also drive traffic with this. Okay, so you come back. I don't know why this is blown up so huge. Oh, because I'm at 150%. Okay, so this is a simple, hopefully a lot of you, or at least probably half of you watching this video are already familiar with this. This is just a back, and if you've got an Empower Network blog, your Empower Network blog looks just like this too. So all you're going to do is come back like you're making a post, or like you're writing an article, okay? You come to post, add new, and that's how I got here. Then I come to upload image. And I simply choose a file. And one of the things I coach, especially, okay, so some people are watching this that aren't involved in Power, they're marketing other things. You paid a membership to get in and watch this video, or however you came here. But if you're involved in Power, which is the most lucrative way you're going to get, what to do with this traffic you're generating, this is the most lucrative thing to do with them. Okay, I recommend, and you always want to keep your marketing in general, okay, all marketing, not Craigslist, just any. You want to keep it congruent. Whatever first catches their eye to whatever the next step it is you take them to, whatever the next step is, you want to have some congruency there, okay, in the wording and in the graphics, and you don't want them to, you understand what I mean? You don't want them to be looking at a beach scene and then jump to, well, I was going to say a guy in an office, but actually that could play if you're trying to make that point. But just try to keep it congruent, okay, before I get too far off. So what I did, and my point in getting to that is a simple, very highly effective way to be congruent is to simply, whatever lead capture page it is that you're sending them to, take a copy of that exact same lead capture page. Okay, you already know it converts. You already know it's professionally written. You already know it rocks as far as its graphics. Okay, so talk about congruency. They're going to see they're going to see this ad, and I'm going to show you here in a second, but they're going to click on that ad, and it's going to take them to the exact same page. That's as congruent as you can get. And then they simply send in their email. Trust me, it works. I've done it a ton. So like I said, this is the simplest way. So you load the image, and then I'm going to send it to one of my, I believe that picture goes to DesMoinesTraining.com. And this actually brings to the point exactly what I was talking about. Okay, I'm sending this to http /PowerNetwork.com /DanCalder /PHP.?ID equals. I can't even remember what the rest of it is. I can look it up, but you see what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. Plus, one, Craigslist is going to pick it up. Two, who are you going to share that with? It's going to remember that. Okay, so I simply bought DesMoinesTraining.com for $8 because I live in Des Moines, Iowa. So you can see down here we got 969 by 641. That's a nice size ad. Insert into post, and there you go. They're going to give me the code. This is the whole kit and caboodle right here, guys. This is can you tell I'm from Iowa? But this is the whole thing right here. This is it. You just simply copy and paste this. Now, if you look, this has got exactly what I was telling you on the second page of the presentation. Space href equals, and then I put in my DesMoinesTraining.com, and then butted up exactly up against that is whoever hosted it. Now, in this case, it's DanCalder.com, but it can be a myriad of other places you host it, and I'll show you a couple more of those. But just in the interest of speed here, I just simply copy this code, and then I come over to Craigslist. We're in Dubuque on this one. Post to classifieds. And I'm sorry it's taking so long to explain, but I want to give you all the details. But the actual process of doing it, okay, I'll show you as I'm talking to you right now. This is taking me, what am I, like 9-10 seconds since I've actually got on Craigslist. Then I copy, and I paste, and boom, that's it. I mean, there's literally nothing else to do there, okay? Now, as far as the title, if you watch Craigslist 101, you'll know where I get these codes that I'm currently typing in. I'm not going to go into that now. Just go to Craigslist Ad Tracker, go into Tools, and you'll find this. I've just got a lot memorized because I've been doing this so long. As far as the title, we're just going to do something goofy because I don't really care about this ad going up. Or maybe I'll use it, who knows. Now, here's a little trick, too, on specific location. A lot of people are going to put the literal specific location of the ad. Like, this one is Dubuque. Okay, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with it. But you got to understand, too, there's a little trick, is this is something that they see before they even open the ad. So why not use this space to give them another incentive to look, okay? And I've told you numerous times, don't ever lie to them. 10K in days, 10K in 60 days. But that is 100% true. In fact, we got the, and that couldn't be any more true. Hopefully, if you're already in Power, you already know that's true. So, even though that's a phenomenal claim, and it's an eye-catching claim, it is also true, which is why What are we doing here? Am I froze up? Anyway, as soon as this unfreezes, I'm simply going to copy. There we go. Again, for speed's sake, I'm going to copy that because that also fits for commission compensation. Excuse me. And then I'm going to click some buttons and hit continue, and you will see as soon as this loads here that I've got a very compelling, professional-looking. Got the nice arrows here, which will draw their attention. 10K in 60 days gives them more incentive to open. And I've got my full ad. Look at the size of that ad. That's a nice size ad. I didn't need to require any verbiage. The thing's already written for me in this case. If you look at the bottom left there, it says DesMoinesTraining.com. That's where it's going. I'll go ahead and push through it just for the heck of it, just so I can show you. And there it is. It takes me to the exact same place. And this is what I'm talking about congruency. There's no way somebody's going to go from that first page to this second page and think that they, just shifted somehow. From there, they just simply put in their email address. I get the lead. They look at the video, and a good percentage of the people look at the video, make the sale. That's it. It's that simple. But we're going to go back to the whole presentation here. Okay, another little trick. Oh, post image. I don't think I got to that yet. Postimage.com or postimage.org. This is a nice little one, and I like this. I'll show you this one quick. I've got this right here. No, I think I showed you. I shot this video earlier, so. So we're going to start over from scratch. Postimage.org. This is what you'll come at. This is the same concept again. You're just like you're in the back of your blog. Hit choose file. Again, the same pictures are going to come up. I'm going to use the same one. I can remember which one I used. Oops. I'm going to click on that. Now this one has one other step because I'm not paying for this, okay? The first step I just showed you on using the blog is a super simple one. Plus it tells Craigslist that it's hosted on a site. The first thing they see is dancalder.com. That's something they've never seen before because that's something you just bought. Okay? In my case, I've done it a bunch. That's why I don't use dancalder.com anymore because I put a ton of ads. So I simply use a different blog. So anyway, all this is going to ask you to choose the file. I already did. It asks you if it's family safe. Hopefully you're not doing anything that's not family safe if you're working with me. It's going to upload, and this is such an awesome service, guys. I don't even have an account, to be honest with you. Okay, just create my account. I don't even have it because it gives you what you want without it. Now it gives you a nice little bag of tricks here. Seems like my computer's freezing up again. Okay, you got these links. You got direct links. You got thumbnails for your website. You've got the ability to share your creation with social networks, which is nice. This is the one I want you to draw your attention to, though, the hot link for website. I'm going to double-click on it, and I'm going to copy it. Okay, and I'm going to point out before I go off any further that you can see, again, it's the exact same code I'm talking about. It's right here, href equals blah, blah, blah. That's where it would take them to if they clicked on it. Now, we don't want them to go to that. We don't want them to go to just a picture of what our ad is. We want them to go to where we're sending them to. So this is going to take one more step. Okay, so I copied this. And we're going to come back to Craigslist. Okay, that's back in Craigslist. Okay, now I just showed you the one step. Copy and paste your simple blog that you entered. Now this is the second one. This is using the, what is this using? This is, not WebStarts, one another one. WebStarts isn't, no, I'll show you that later. We're using post image. Okay, so we come into here and we just did Dubuque, so let's do La Crosse, Wisconsin. And the same thing applies. Okay, we're in La Crosse, Wisconsin now, so now we're going to go to post classifieds. Hit job offered. Oh, excuse me, take a drink of coffee here. Again, I'm going to come into sales. Again, you can use different categories. Marketing, you can use different ones. And this time, I'm going to copy and paste the code. Now, a couple things. Well, actually, only one thing here. I don't want it to go to HTTP post image org target blank. Okay. I want to keep their little parentheses, and I don't. For some reason, I don't think it doesn't matter if it's a parentheses or an apostrophe, meaning if it's one or two of those lines. So I'm going to get rid of this part, just this part. Okay, that's the part that I don't want. In between the parentheses or the apostrophe, being one or two, it just doesn't seem to matter. And I'm going to send them to okay. All I did was simply change where it was going. That's all I did. I'm piggybacking them imaging hosting this, yada yada yada, all this code, okay? But I just changed the code to where it was going. So again, I'm going to come up here to a title and number 1014, doesn't matter. And we'll do and okay, and then we'll just get paid, my friend. And I actually do a lot better with my titles than this nonsense, but I'm just throwing stuff up. Okay, and again we'll do the you want compelling, man. Stick with what you got. Okay, all the stuff in Empower is true, and the facts. I mean, you don't have to rewrite when it comes. This again, I'll get off on a little rant here. When it comes to making content, be it a blog post or a video or whatever, you've got all the. I mean, the fact that we're the 200th website in the U.S. Okay, over Time Magazine and Oprah Magazine or Oprah.com or whatever, and like 400th in the world right now, and the fact that we haven't had one person break the 10,000 60-day guarantee as long as they make one simple $25 sale a day. Now, what job can you go to that you can't make a $25 sale, especially if you're in sales or you want to be in $25 sale a day in 60 days, you're at 10,000 a month? I mean, just use the truth, guys. Okay, I got off on my little soapbox there. So, again, I'll copy this just to keep it simple. You don't have to do the exact same here. I'm just doing this for speed. You can have a totally different thing in your location. Oops. Ooh, don't do that. Okay. 10. Okay. 60 days. Let's copy that this time. Okay, and that's it. It's the same process as before. I'm going to show you one more process here to wrap up, but hopefully you've got the idea, guys. If you got, I purposely threw the biggest information, that code. Okay, you've got the code. You butt up the code next to anywhere you get the image hosted, be it the blog or this one I just showed you. Again, if you look in the bottom left, it says DesMoinesTraining.com. This thing's going to click right to it. Okay, now back to the presentation to wrap this up, because you've basically already got most of it. This is another one that I like. This is a Weebly. A couple of things. One, if you don't have a blog at all, this is so simple. I think this one will host you for as low as $3 a month, or as high as like $3 a month. I think you can even get it as low as like 45 cents a month if you buy the 3-year package. I mean, it's just remarkably cheap. Plus, it's all cut and paste. I mean, you don't need to know anything for this. Okay, I mean, you really don't. You can play around with it. And it can be a time sucker because it's actually fun building websites with that. It's just easy and it's fun. It's free, and you get 2 free Weebly websites. Okay, that's the reason I'm talking about this. Even if you don't, for whatever reason, if you just even want to get a free one, okay, you can set up 2 under your Weebly.com account, and I'm going to show you that. There's one that I built. I don't know how long I took on this. Like, not long at all, a half hour. Most of it was just figuring out how Weebly worked. So I put this goofy little, header up here. I've got one of my videos. I've got some information on this. This is an old picture. When we only had 26,000, we're like well over 50,000 linking in. So this is actually an old picture. I put this up a while ago. But anyway, the point is, once you do set up your account, once you set up your Weebly account, which will take you 5 minutes, you make your first little blog, even as you're just figuring things out, okay? And you load a picture on there. It's just basically very similar to the way I showed you on my WordPress.com site. But on this one, you just load a picture, and it couldn't be any simpler. I'm not going to take you through it because it's so simple. But you simply load a picture on it, okay? And as you can see, this one's actually going to earningsloophole.com. If you look at the bottom, I'm again sending it to a lead capture page. But the point is that I'm trying to get to is I put this picture on there for a number, and I put it on there big for a number of reasons. One, that it works as its own lead capture entry point. But 2, I've got a nice size picture hosted on a website I created. Now, Craigslist can't possibly know I've ever seen this address before because I just created it. I mean, not in my case, but yours, you will. You've just created it. So when Craigslist looks at this, they're going to see whatever you came up with, .weebly.com, is going to be in the thing. Now, that's not something they can have ever seen before because you just created it. Okay, now that rambling is, I hope you followed it. The whole point is, once you have published the picture, you now have a published picture. So you right-click as you hover over it, and then you get Copy Image URL. Okay, now you have just found another way to host an image URL that you created, which is always the best way. So I'm going to copy the image URL, I'm going to come back here, and actually for the sake of speed, I'm just going to back up on this, and I'm going to show you. I'm just going to replace the code to show you the same idea. This thing will back up. Okay, I got a lot of windows open. This should happen. Okay, here we go. Oops. Went too far. Okay, so this is it. Now, in this case, what I want to do is I want to change where the image is hosted. Okay, now you can write all this stuff down, but I simply want to change all this stuff to what I just copied. So I'll get rid of that, and that's going to paste that. So now I just changed the whole code to where it was hosted, okay? And then you want to put the little parentheses on the end, because I just erased that. So now we've created a new ad with a totally different option of where you host your image, again using the same code, okay? Then we hit continue, and hopefully if I did it right, if it loads, is it loading? Oops, I must have missed a piece of code here. Oops, what did I do? Oops, I know what I forgot to do. I think it's this. You got to put that little dealy bobber in there. Nope, I did it wrong again. Okay, guys, well, this is the way it works. You got to, just did that backwards, I think. Hopefully you're following out, because sometimes you got to do these little bit of adjustments. But if you watch this video a couple of times, you'll see what, well, now why isn't this working? What did I miss here? Image source, HTTP. I know I just did something simple. Most of you probably saw what I did. I'm just missing it because I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. Okay, there we go. Something I just messed up with the code there, but it's just hopefully you understood that. You just got to put the two codes up against each other. Okay. Now this is a slightly smaller picture because I have a slightly smaller picture loaded on Weebly. But again, if you look at the bottom left, DesMoinesTraining.com, and actually I loaded two because this takes you to a different lead capture page. But hopefully you got the concept here. Okay. You just need this code. Really. That's it. You just need that code. Let's go back to it. So hopefully you already wrote this down. But once you find where you want to host your image, that's it. Spend $8 on buying your own GoDaddy.com address. You should. I have like 50, guys. It's not, these little $8 expenses, sometimes you just got to roll with them. Direct it to wherever it is you want to direct it. Insert that into this code here. Find a place to host it. And it's that simple. You've got your clickable Craigslist image. Okay. Now that's the 1, 2, 3 of it. If you're already on the, if you're already on the training site down here, you're already in the section that you need this in. But you simply watch the Craigslist 101 video. You watch the Craigslist how to create free professional custom graphics, and you watch this video here, how to make clickable ads, and just stay consistent. Okay. As long as you're putting up a couple ads a day, and then you're refreshing them 48 hours later, you're gonna get leads, guys. They may not get the first day because you only have a couple ads up. As you noticed in Craigslist 101, I said don't put more than 2 or 3 ads up a day. But that doesn't take very long. Stay consistent. Keep putting ads up. If some jerk ghosts you, or not ghosts you, if some jerk flags you, just put up another ad, okay? Just keep rolling. It's going to happen. But this is the exact strategy that's made me thousands of dollars, okay? These 3 bits of information. And if you're on this training site, I'm giving you lots of more information, but I'm just talking this strategy. Watch this 12-minute video. Watch this one. This is like 8 or 10 minutes. Watch this one however long I'm rambling at now. If you do these 3 things, if you incorporate this, and, do a little digging, find another place to host an image, or buy yourself a little website at Weebly or something, okay? It's very simple. And then you do this little bit of code, and that's it. You've got it. You're going to make consistent leads. And when you're making consistent leads, especially in Empower Network, guys, if you're making 10 leads a day, 15 leads a day on Craigslist, you're going to get, not immediately, because you've got to build up your list. Some people aren't going to sign up the first day. They're going to sign up 2 or 3 days later. But if you get consistent, 10, 15 leads a day, you're going to make a sale a day very quick. Okay? If you keep doing it at the 2-week point, you're going to start making a sale every day. And if you do that for 60 days, you're going to be at $10,000 a month. It's that simple. You can make a $25 sale a day, especially if you follow the steps that I'm showing you right here, where you don't even have to talk to them. You simply post or refresh an ad, and they go through your whole system. Okay? You've got a very professional system if you follow these steps, and that's it. Is that as simple in Empower Network, and you're going to make the serious money that's going to change your life. Okay? 10 to 15, 20 leads a day, you're going to change your life. Okay? You just are. I don't care what your income level is. So again, there's a lot of tips and strategies at dancalder.biz. Guys, if you want to know what it is I'm doing, if you're watching this video somewhere else, if you're not already on my team, go to earningsloophole.com, watch the video. Just see what it is that I'm doing. That's it. Happy marketing, and rock and roll. I hope you liked this video, man. This was a good one for you. Take care. Bye-bye.